I mean, if it did too much of that stuff, I feel like it'd be overpowered, and it's shield and wand, not shield wand.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Irbal Sinergy, the shop. I am your host, Sinji. With me, as always, the sound master, Irby.
What's up, everybody? It's me, the master of the Sounderinos.
Hey, Herb.
What's crackin'-lackins? Ow.
What's going on with you, big guy?
Same old,
I don't.
Making
So
it
I'm
do
asking.
it each and every way. Oh, if you don't know, you better ask somebody.
I'm asking you.
Uh,
You tell me you're not the one to ask?
No, I ain't the one to ask.
You ain't the one to ask about you?
Nah. You need to ask something else.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself, brother.
I already been wrecked.
All right, when you was busy getting wrecked, were you paying attention to any flavors?
I was just out here flavorless. No, I would give this one to my boy Will with the fire, the wand and sword he did. I was like, oh snap.
Kind of weird how he could do that, but he wasn't doing it before, isn't it?
I feel like it was like an iteration, like if it has to be a certain type of magic he has to do. Because I feel like he did it with because he uses the girls for his weapon, the stone magic.
Yeah.
So it's like it's one of those ones that's like, yeah, he could do it in iterations, but I think it took Scion's fire magic for it to really come out and manifest in a way that was very conducive to power. Like his whole power relies on other folks instead of his own inert powers. So it's like, is he strong? Yeah, by himself, but with someone else, he's even stronger. So it's kind of like a spear, shield and spear combo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Good episode.
It was that one. I was like, oh, Will. I was like, no, my boy, he's getting beat up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no. It's like, you can't beat him up. You got to let him go. But yeah, good one. The Night Woman, the whole plan he did was nice. I was like, oh, man. But what made me mad about that whole episode was when Will was like, oh, my glasses. It's broken. I can't do anything. It's like, Scion, you punch me in the face. I'm like, what? What is that going to do? That just seemed all sorts of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we can talk about some more if you want.
We can.
Are you good? Yeah. Or what you going to get about your flavor?
There's so much to pick from at the moment, but I'm just gonna go with the one that's freshest in my mind. And honestly, it'll eliminate us having to talk about solo leveling. And it's just in this recent chapter, how it looked like Suho was fighting a giant snake that looked similar to Kasuka's Venom Fang, one of the early bosses that Jinnu fought by himself. And it appeared that he killed the snake the same way Jinnu did, and that was with just crushing it with his hands, even though Suho's crushing of this snake seemed a little more intense.
Violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, to wrap up the solo leveling Ragnarok talking, we just got an introduction to the Iterum that's on Earth and trying to recruit his abilities. He started off an infant, the weakest one made it to Earth. He has 5 different personalities, and when they all arrive to Earth, they will combine into one. So right now, the second personality made it and combined with the baby, so now the baby is like a child. And Ming Sun Lee fucked around and found out that he is not to be trifled with. So now he's got to obey.
Interesting.
With,
Very interesting.
with that being said, we can go straight back into a story if you'd like.
Yeah. Enjoyed the whole episode. The whole, yeah, Will getting beat, getting beat in the face by Sion. I was like, is this really necessary? I was like, does progress. And next episode, they did show how Sion's gonna be mad at Will. But it's like, Will saved you. He saved you all. And this is how you want to treat him, by fighting him? But yeah, I digress. What else did you like
Ungrateful.
about the episode? Let's say, what else you like about the episode?
Oh,
Nothing.
the Wistoria episode.
Yeah.
It was just really that the follow up episode was just like a wind down. You know what I mean? It was just like these two
I
maybe
ain't watched
fight.
the follow-up episode. I
No.
just seen the after episode preview that they do.
Oh, okay. All right. Then, like, when it just comes to that episode, the fire thing was cool. I can kind of see why, like, he might not have been able to do it because, like, he wasn't. Like, it just seemed like an advanced thing and, like, it just seemed to happen subconsciously. So, like, I guess I can justify him not doing it sooner. It just felt a little odd. But I can think of several ways you can explain how it happened. So, I mean, it is what it is. It was an interesting thing. I'm a little amazed that like such a high level threat was done in by just those two. Like I'm amazed they didn't have to get someone else involved.
I mean, if it did too much of that stuff, I feel like it'd be overpowered, and it's shield and wand, not shield wand.
No, I get it, but like I thought maybe he could have benefited from like a speed boost using homie's wind magic or something.
Yeah, I can see what you were saying there.
Yeah.
It's
Just to close the gap a little more. I feel like just the two of them together probably shouldn't have closed that gap that much. But Will is the protagonist.
it's the combined power, I would say, because
You think it maybe worked like I hate to compare it to it, but like I'm just gonna say like a Super Saiyan where like it wasn't just his power and his power added together. It was just an exponential thing once combined.
because the way he explained it with the wings was like the wings in his body was like they're impervious to physical attacks alone, and then they're impervious to magic attacks alone. So it could have one could conclude that the whole thing was just combining both of them together in order to meld through what his defenses were. And so it did a little foreshadowing right there, and they're like, yeah, he can't survive on physical attacks, doesn't hurt him. And
I thought
magic
it was
attacks
just
don't.
Will wasn't strong enough to damage him physically, but like he could be damaged physically, and his magic tolerance was high as shit. And to that, I would say if that's the case, adding fire to the sword doesn't necessarily increase your power output. It would mainly add a burning effect to your.
But it's magical power, so it's like double the thing. Because if one wasn't going to do it, and you add something else to it, it's like a boosting
True,
effect.
it is magical power. That's true. It could have added to his attack power.
Yeah, and then I think that was. I'm not sure. Was that the Earth blade he used?
No, it was his regular sword.
Yeah, it might be. I can't remember. But how creepy was a roommate just Hank? He's like, "Well, remember." And I was like, "What?
So what do you?
What do you
Yeah,
what do you mean remember? Y'all like the same age."
I look at that man different, bro. So ever since that hand holding thing, like I don't know about you right now. I don't know about
like
your motives.
No, I feel like he's an ancient being or something. That makes sense because
Oh, you
It
think
was
maybe
like
he's just taking on that form?
he might be taking on that form, but I feel like it was something because that looked like the whole scene looked like it was like Will's mother or something came through, and he was just there with the thing. So it was like, oh, he's there, but is he like his guardian? That he was like, oh, hey, I'm your roommate now, type deal, and I'm watching. He's actually there to watch over him since he doesn't have magical powers. I don't know.
That could be a
I'm
possibility.
yeah, because the lady's like, one day he'll need a shield and sword, and then that came through. So I'm just like, yeah, maybe. I don't know, but I thought it was a little weird. He was just sitting over there.
Unfazed. He was like, I've seen
It's
worse.
like I'll just watch all of y'all get crushed by this being, and I'll be here throwing this shield magical thing over here. So
The roommate's weird. He's a weird
yeah,
character. I haven't figured him out yet. I wonder if it's gonna get cleared up next season.
you won't figure him out.
No, maybe
Some
not.
people never get figured out. But yeah, I was like, it's like man, interesting.
Indeed.
But yeah, what's on your docket for today?
There's anime fans have been blessed this month. And there are so many things that are like coming out again if you're fans. From Prince of Tennis if you're a fan of the tennis anime. Bleach, the third part of the 1,000 Year War, whatever, Blood War, is back. Blue Lock is back. ReZero's back. So happy that ReZero is back. Dragon Ball Daima is going to be out in a few days or a week or two. Let me see what
Mhm.
else. I think the title of this is officially "Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?" That has a new season that's out, and like from what I know, that's a popular anime. Like it's up to season 5, I believe. So like so many bangers came out this month, and it's really nice, but it's also kind of annoying because like, damn, bro, don't give me so much heat at once. I like give me spread them out a little. Let me make time for things.
Nah, all the heat, the fastest of heats.
I truly, honestly wish. I hope that Dragon Ball Daima succeeds. Like, I hope it's not a flop. It looks weird right now. I don't get the direction they're trying to head. Maybe it was Akira's like. Maybe it was his. I don't want to say his GT, but maybe it was his like. Oh man, like this is what I could have did if I went a different direction with it, but like I kind of got pigeonholed into like the elevating into the new forms and things like that. Oh,
I
and
mean,
also for anime fans, I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
I don't even want to talk. It cut me off.
My bad, King.
Nah, I would say it could. What if it's just GT, but differently?
It looks like it could potentially be GT differently. The thing I don't know much about Daima, but that's just because I tend to try not to research things I'm interested in because I want to be surprised. I want to be pleasantly surprised. I don't want to. It's like when you go to the movie theaters and like the movie trailers in the movie theaters are exponentially longer than the ones you see on TV. Like I damn near feel like I watched the entire movie in the trailer when I'm at a movie theater. So I try if it's something I could potentially be interested in, I try not to pay attention. But what I do know about Dragon Ball Daima is that like yeah, they get shrunk into like a kid form. I think Goku reclaims his power pole, and I think they're focusing on the demon realm, which I think I read an article that said oh, Janemba is potentially going to become canon because I don't know if you watched the older movies, but Janemba was
Never
uh
watch anything.
you didn't watch the Dragon Ball Z movies?
Nope.
Because I remember you didn't watch the Broly ones, but I didn't know if that applied to like all the other ones.
I did watch a Broly one.
But like later, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I remember like when you were talking about like you didn't watch Broly ones and you're gonna watch it, but like I don't remember talking about the other movies.
Yeah, I watched a few of them, like Tree of Might and the other ones.
Because a few of them are cool. It's just like a couple of them don't make sense. Like the Tree of Might was cool. Because Turtle's a cool character. The first cooler one didn't really make sense to me, and that's mainly because it's not canon, which we all understand. But like you connected it to the story enough where like Goku probably should have known how to become Super Saiyan already, and Vegeta should have been on Earth.
Yeah.
Bojack's a cool villain. They focused on Gohan. Metal Cooler was cool because like there was so many, like it felt like a real struggle, and like when Goku and Vegeta finally pulled through, a million of them showed up.
Yeah.
What else movies? What I didn't really like Garlic Jr.'s movies, but they were okay.
Yeah, they're all right.
I think Janemba is one of my favorite movies other than the Broly ones. I didn't really care about the resurrection of Broly when they were focused on Goten, Trunks, and Gohan.
Yeah.
But yeah, did someone who was like theorizing that like, hey, Janemba could potentially become canon in Daima due to them going to the demon realm.
Who knows?
And it's possible. Speaking of Dragon Ball, anime fans have been blessed again. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has come out, and it is not easy for anyone who thought that just because they played back in the day they were gonna come in and whoop some ass. No, there you have to learn some controls. You have to be you almost have to damn near be quick with your reaction timing. And as we know, the older you get, the harder it is to maintain that ability. And I haven't fought him myself yet, but I heard 8 Vegeta is giving everyone that work.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yep. I tried to fight online one time, and I realized when I went into it that I had no idea how to transform. This guy obviously did. He was comboing. I didn't know how to recover. I went in there completely unprepared, and I will not be going back until I have a better understanding for the controls.
Dang.
Yeah.
You got jacked up. Interesting.
Did you happen?
Hopefully, did I what?
Did you happen to watch ReZero?
Nope. Didn't watch ReZero.
90 minutes. I'll give you some time to watch it. It's a lot to
Dog,
watch.
you can just go ahead and you can talk about ReZero if you want to.
Are you
If it's on your soul,
are you not gonna watch it?
I might watch it. Depends on when I got time.
Um, I want to say I feel like the first episode didn't need to be that long. But like also like the huge benefit to the first episode being that long is I don't feel like you were really ready for how it ended. So like it gave you that it gave me the same feeling I had when I watched the first episode of season 1. I want to say it's the best I can describe it. Like it was long. I wasn't sure how this all was gonna play out, and then like, boom, it hit me with like a fucking shock factor. Like, oh damn, okay, that's how we kicking it off. That's crazy.
Yeah, kick it off with a Slim Jim, baby.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
All the Slim Jim snappies.
But yeah,
Yeah, I I'll probably get to it at some point.
yeah, I don't want to go too deep into it because I'd rather you You did kind of enjoy ReZero here and there, so like I'd rather not take away from.
Nah, take it away.
No, I'd rather not
Take
take the
it
enjoyment of it,
away.
of watching it and being like
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I'll just forget what you say.
Uh, this one might be a little hard to
That's
forget.
me. That's me deleting everything you said. What'd you say? I can't even remember.
I said, "What have you been watching?"
What did you?
Yeah.
Same old stuff. I was watching a little bit of. I think I watched the first episodes of Dan,
Did
which
you
I was like,
enjoy it? I'm on the fence. It looks
the
weird to me.
first, the first weird aesthetically or weird
Just the concept.
concept. Yeah, it was because yeah, I was like, okay, the first episode was a little weird. Like it's like they're still trying to set up the way in which they're going, if that makes sense. I'm like, what's going on with this? How they're doing that? Because like the whole alien part, I was like, is this really necessary? I feel like these were like middle school kids, and I was like,
Compared to something.
yeah, probably just like I really don't have comparison for it, but
Does
it's
it give
probably
mob
something.
vibes?
It did give mod vibes when it was like he's like, oh, because he was just chilling by himself, and then all of a sudden he makes a friend, and now he's like super powered up.
Yeah,
So
so yeah, like I mean, I haven't seen much about it. I kind of understand the premise of it, like something about searching for aliens or something like that.
oh, you haven't watched the first episode or no?
No, I haven't even touched it.
Oh yeah, it's the first episode. I was like,
Should I?
okay. You I don't know. You might like it, you might not, but I was like, I'm not sure about this per se. Like he gets something, and yeah, he makes a new friend, and yeah, some powers they get. I'm like, oh, okay, but yeah. I mean, I probably would watch it still, just because I'm like, it's a nice one. But I was thinking, like, in the middle of, I was thinking, like, I don't know exactly how far this would extend to. Like, could you do more than one season, or more than two? Like,
It,
what is the exact following of this? Is when I was like, huh?
without me seeing anything about it, knowing much about it, to me, it seems like um, it's gonna be a hit or miss. It doesn't seem like it's gonna be in the middle. It either seems like people are gonna be rocking with it, or people are just, or it's just gonna flop. And obviously, like it's gonna need to be a hit to get another season. Because like there are some shows that like I felt like were good enough for a second season, and they did not. And I guess just they didn't do enough number wise. But like you got some gems that aren't getting a second season, and then you have some ones that like it might be like it's fair that it's not getting a second season, like the reincarnated princess and whatever that one we were talking about where like she ended up fighting her brother and
I felt like that probably should have gotten more, but
I
people,
I felt like towards the middle the story wasn't really going anywhere.
yeah,
I remember us talking about
was
that too. Like it didn't feel like
wasn't
the
fully fleshed out.
yeah no it just seemed like the guy the author or the creator had an idea and just went with the flow, which I understand. I did that too, but like I had a team that I trusted to give me constructive criticism, and like when it came down to it, we only ended up changing one chapter drastically.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely could have did some more with the stuff, but it just felt like they just was like, oh, y'all not getting another season. Go ahead and wrap this up how you want. So I kind of feel like the story wasn't told in the way in which that it would like to have been told. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. You know what companies should do for like animes like that, the ones that are like they're not sure about? Don't change anything. Instead, give like a crazy preview to what could be in the next season.
but why give a preview if it's not gonna get another season?
Because the thing is, like with social media these days, like there's never you don't see too many different scenes. If it's not Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, um I feel like, and sometimes Bleach, depending on your algorithm, you don't see like a wide variety of scenes from these animes. It's usually just one popular scene that people keep, stealing and re-putting out there and like trying to get views and likes. But like it's always the same scene. It's not like, oh, let me get a different good scene. No, it's like, oh yeah, that is a good scene. Let me use that scene. So at least if you put a crazy shocking scene at the end of what season two could look like, maybe you can generate the um the interest enough to fund season two,
Yeah,
because most
I don't think. Yeah, I don't feel like that would be feasible per se because it's like, yeah, you put it. Oh, it looks crazy, but then again, like as a viewer or watcher, like you should already have that in your head where you're like, oh, season two is gonna be lit. Like, yeah, to me that it just wouldn't compute.
well, this one in particular, the anime we're talking about, was a bad example because like the story didn't feel like it had direction at some point. But with Lug, the kid from the boonies, that one was
Lloyd,
good. Lloyd, was it Lloyd or who's Lug?
I have no idea who Lug is, but I know it's Lloyd.
Lloyd, yes, Lloyd. That had a great, like, I enjoyed every part of that first season. It is a shame there's no second season. I don't know if there will ever be a second season, but again, even when I see like scenes from that anime keep popping up on my reels every once in a while, and every time it does, it's always the same one, one of two scenes, and it's the scene where he entered the room and like lady the girl sensed his presence and attacked him, and like he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got in the way of you killing that fly. It's a funny scene, don't get me wrong, but there's so many great moments in that anime that like no one capitalizes in.
Yeah,
And those are things that with social media these days could generate the interest to fund a season two. I feel like I don't know, but we are living in the age where like social media saved the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, because that man was looking rough. But then again, I also think that there's a possibility they put that out there just to generate the,
was, and then they had it all
yeah, he was
switched
never gonna
over.
look like that.
Yeah,
Because that's really that'd be wildly
because
disrespectful.
he looked crazy from the get go.
Yo, he looked retarded. Like I was just like, there's no way, bro. Not with the technology we have these days. There's no way he actually looks like that.
Yeah, maybe not,
And I watched that
but
movie recently. It wasn't bad.
yeah, I didn't think it was bad either.
It
I
actually
seen
made
it
me want to
all.
watch the second part, but like it's not on Amazon yet, so I'm not doing it. Or I'm sorry, Netflix. It might be on Amazon.
There's a second part.
Yeah, I think there's coming. I think they're coming out with a third.
Yeah, I've seen like little bit and pieces of it here and there. But yeah, I mean, it didn't look too bad after they did it. So no worries there. Take me away.
So, like I said, we are blessed this month when it comes to animes. I watched, obviously, I watched ReZero, which we will get into another time. I've watched, I watched the episode of Blue Lock, which is cool, but it's just set up, so no one get their hopes up. I watched The Prince of Tennis, which again set up. Do not get your hopes up. The first episode of a lot of these are almost always set up, unless you have like a not hour and a half long first episode like ReZero. They're not. I don't think they're looking to wildly impress you. Which I think more people should do that. Like put something extravagant in your first episode. Don't just put all set up.
Yeah. I mean, but then again, who are you to tell them their setup and what they want to do with their vision of their story?
No, that's fine. Okay, fair. That's fair. Completely fair. Let me rephrase. Don't give me just set up and then make me wait a week with no hype, with no real. Okay, that was a cool episode. I guess I'll watch the next one. You know what I mean? Like you should, as content creators who were in this business before most streamers, they should know like they need to create a wanting to get to the next episode, to get to next week, to get to like even I feel like even if you have to release episode 2 with episode 1 because episode 2 is where like shit hits the fan, that's where you generate that's where you're going to generate most of the people who watch the season in your first impression. So I think ReZero did it the best because it was 90 minutes, yes, but it was the first episode. So people had that entire 90-minute episode to take in the tone that the creators and the developers are setting. And you get to the end, it's just like, oh shit, okay, next week it's about to go down. Whereas on like a lot of the setup episodes kind of feel like, you know what a setup episode feels like these days? It feels like when you were waiting a week to watch like an episode of Bleach or Naruto or One Piece and you got filler. And like
I
filler was
wouldn't
never like,
I wouldn't quite equate it to that with the setup episodes. Because when you say filler, it's like the whole thing just went out the window. Like, oh, we're not even gonna do anything that pertain to the story. It's just we're gonna run down and do a silly mission. So it's like one of those ones.
no, not in that sense, but like in the sense
But
that like it built like fillers don't build hype.
fillers also is just a take a break from stuff. Like you're not even setting it up per se. So I
Right,
don't think
yeah.
I don't think that's an apt comparison.
I mean that's fair, but like fillers is less of a break and more of a hey, don't catch up to the manga. We got to do something. And then I feel like personally, just don't give me the filler. Take the money that you use to make these 2, 3, 4 episodes and put it towards the episodes that are to come. Make them better. Clean them up. Don't do this the shitty CGI shit that everyone is doing with these newer animes.
Yeah, I feel like the CGI don't bother me too much.
It bothers the hell out of me.
Yeah,
And that's
I
only
got
because it only bothers me because they weren't doing it before. Like clearly you have the resources to animate this regularly. You're picking and chooses when you do your shortcuts, which is fine, but you're doing your shortcuts during the times the show is at its most entertaining. And then me as a consumer of this material, I'm speaking for myself. now I'm focused half the time on how clunky it looks rather than all
Are you
the.
focused on it if you got to read the subtitles?
Oh, I can watch and read at the same time. Like I never had a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Like I see what's going on in the scene and read the subtitles perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. That's what you say.
And I mean it.
I don't believe you.
I think that listen, I would not know what's going on in half of these animes if I couldn't watch the scene and read the subtitles at the same time. I wasn't gonna
Oh, you
pause.
would. Oh, you
I
would though, because you're reading. Because it tells you when you read.
Yeah, but you don't get to see the action. It doesn't describe what's going on. It's just what
Mm,
they're saying.
it could describe.
It doesn't describe. And I'm not gonna pause every time someone says something so I can enjoy the scene after. So like you learn to adapt. I can take in what's happening on the screen and read the subtitles at the same time.
If you say so.
Can you not?
Oh, I can. But I just don't believe you can because you be
Yeah,
missing some
yeah,
details
that's hate.
sometimes.
That's hate.
Nah, ain't no hate, dog.
that's that's hate. Yo, disrespectful, bro.
No hate there. Cause I'd be like,
Why
yo,
don't you
you
think
need to
I
see this.
can?
Cause you can't listen when someone be saying some stuff we playing games. I'd be like, yo, this, and this. And you'd be like, huh? What'd you say? I was too focused on this.
That was me not paying. That's me not paying attention. That's different.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yo, all right, you reaching right now.
Hey,
You potting
so
right now.
I'd be like, yeah, dog. I'm like, yo, and then you be,
Yo,
because you can't do too many things at one time.
I
Because
can't.
you
I
like,
can't. I would admit that I
so
can't.
so so is
Um,
it fair to make the assumption that I could be like, hey, you can read and watch the same scene? I'm calling malarkey.
you don't. No. It's fair to give me the benefit of the doubt because I don't lie about the things I can and can't do.
Mm,
I have openly said that I'm bad with directions, left and right. So don't tell me left and right when I'm playing a game. I'm gonna you're gonna throw me off. I've openly said, like I can't watch an anime that I'm interested in and play a game at the same time, so I don't. When I'm playing a game, I will throw something on that I'm okay with just listening to, whether it's something I've already watched. In that case, I'm putting English subbed, or if it's just a regular TV show, you know what I mean, like Sons of Anarchy. I'll listen to it and then I'll just pause when I get to a scene I want to see. But I'm never in a situation where I'm literally I'm never playing a game I want to play that like I generally want to pay attention to and take in, and watching a show that I generally want to take in and pay attention to at the same time. Never, because like I can't focus on the two. But subtitles to scenes, easy. Okay, same screen.
mm, mm,
I got that all day.
mm,
And you know I prefer subbed.
mm, mm.
Man, trying to disrespect me out here.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I don't read a lot of books, dog, but like I read a lot of subtitles.
Uh, books probably good for your soul.
I read a lot of manga.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but sometimes they
Yeah,
got commas and shit.
I mean, there's definitely probably books that you probably could get into, like books I've read. I was like, oh, yeah, you probably would have liked this book.
It depends
But
on all right, so for me to get into a book, it's gonna depend. One, does it have audio versions? I'm not reading a book. I've tried several times. I can't. My between
can't
my
read. I got it.
between my worsening eyes, for lack of a better word, I think degrading works, right? No,
Yeah,
degrading eyes.
deteriorating.
That too, yeah, because like I feel like I honestly feel like my vision is getting worse, and I feel it. So like
Probably should get some new glasses.
these glasses aren't that old. That's the thing, and unfortunately, my the
Are they
condition
a
I
year
have.
old or 2 years old?
They could be 2 years old.
Then it's time for new glasses.
I don't know if they're 2 years old, but they potentially could be.
Yeah, you're supposed to get new glasses every 2 years.
All right, that sounds like a money
They
scam,
get
but okay.
it's not, and actually you're supposed to because there's ocular eye conditions that could happen in the span of like the 2 years. You're actually supposed to get your eyes checked every year, but then get new glasses or whatever every two. But if you wear contacts, you probably get new contacts every year. But yeah, I get new glasses every 2 years. So that's what I do.
So, like between that plus like reading, I don't read. Even if I read out loud, my mind, like even if I read, it's like, let's say I'm interested in the book, I will. Like, I read something like interesting that like had me thinking.
Hmm.
I get distracted and I don't notice that I do it until it's too late. Like I'll keep reading ahead, but my head is thinking about the thing that I like. It's thinking about the thing I read earlier. So I'll get through a page or two, and I won't. Nothing has stuck. Nothing went in. Nothing got digested, and not to mention that like reading kind of makes me groggy a little, like, tired. But I like
What's the difference with audiobooks?
audiobooks. I can pop it in when I'm doing something like I'm not when I'm reading I'm staying still. I'm not active. Audiobooks I can listen to while I'm cooking, I can listen to while I'm taking a shower, I can listen to on my hour drive to work. And the audiobooks I've listened to so far, to be fair, the ones that I've been interested in are technically stories that I've already watched. So that's part of my interest in them, like listening to the differences and also just ingesting a story I already enjoy.
Hmm.
Now, there was a situation where an audiobook made me interested in anime, and it was Saga of Tanya the Evil, I think it's called, which I've talked about before. It looked like an interesting book. I wanted to give it a try, so I bought a couple of them, and I was interested in the story, but the way the book was, you know how books are a lot more detailed than like shows because like you don't have to explain the scenery in a show. You can show it.
Yeah.
It was the very big and long sentences that were kind of like throwing me off a little. It was like it's just trying to figure out what the hell she just said. Now I'm losing track of what's going on in the story, but like I still enjoyed the story, and like I do want to finish the audio book because like the anime didn't get a season two, but I think it is getting season two, so I'm gonna hold off a little bit and wait and see.
Hmm. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's all it is. I learned early on that like it's difficult for me to read. I don't know what it is, but it's like I don't know. It's
Difficult for you to read, you say.
yeah, like I get easily distracted in my mind, and the words don't the like it becomes a little difficult to focus on the words.
Hmm. Hmm.
But back to anime. You got anything else you want to talk about?
Let's see here. Anything else I want to talk about? No, no, not too much. There, you probably ain't even watched JoJo's this week, so
I watched an episode or two, but like I don't. It
hmm.
wasn't like it wasn't like crazy. Like oh, we got to talk about this. So that's just. I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna watch more, and I'm hoping
Yeah,
to give a
because
f-
it got crazy, boy. I went back through watching it. I like, oh snap.
yeah. So like just to catch you guys up. So like I'm at the episode where JoJo's instructor is about to fight the thing, the vampire beast thing that had JoJo tied up in the dungeon on like that chain that's attached to both of them, and the kid crawled in through a hole to let JoJo out, or open the door so they can help him. So things have occurred, but like it was nothing like wow. So like I'm just holding off. I want to give a complete honest review. I'm trying to get through the rest of the season, but like I get like I get like with I parry everything. I'm just like into that right now. So like when I have spare time, it's like all right, I could watch JoJo's, but like I want to watch another episode of I parry.
Yeah, and you don't stop. Yeah, no, I get it, dog.
And then there's all the bangers. Like I was telling Pete the other day, like there are seasons I'm sure everyone probably has. Maybe not you, Irby. You don't ever seem like you're in a rush to watch it. And I know definitely
Never.
not Sammy because she'd rather binge, so she'd rather let 12 weeks pass before she even starts to consider, not even start, to consider watching anime.
Yeah, I feel that. You know,
But for me, there are some animes that like once another season comes out, top of the list. Blue Lock was one. Bleach is one. I wouldn't say Prince of Tennis is one, but like I like tennis and I like that anime. That anime actually made me interested in tennis, is why I played tennis in the first place. You know, Time I Got Reincarnated in the Slime is one. Dragon Ball Daima, I don't know if I feel an urgency to watch it. I'll make that decision after the first episode or two. But a lot of things, ReZero, 100% jumped the list. It's been a long time coming. I'm very excited to see how we're going to handle this current antagonist.
yeah, antagonistic behaviors. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping you would have watched at least 5 of them because you might have been like, oh, snap, it's getting real dicey in there.
Well, I told you it was going to be rough when Dragon Ball came out. Sparking Zero came out. So it was going to get rough anime-wise for me. At least until the initial hype just dies down.
Oh, yeah, I got nothing really.
I'm good as well. I do have a little I can say about I parry everything, but it's nothing like of importance. I can wait till like next week when I have a little more.
Yeah, whatever you feel that's in your heart, big dog.
According to everyone in my life, I don't have one.
What's ever in the empty space cavern in your chest,
A black hole.
yeah, absorbs all of everything and all of nothing at the same time. No
Well,
light escapes.
well, alrighty then. Irby, take us out.
Well, I would like to thank our valued listeners for tuning in this week, and we are going to catch you on the flip flop. Peace.
Peace.